Okay, so I'm going to show you guys some black magic. Okay, so um, the evil spirits had me drag the bed down here because they made it hard to breathe while I was smoking the stuff, and so to make it easier to breathe, I came down here. They told me that the women are earth, so I would come down here. The men are air, so I figured, okay, I'll try that. So I brought the mattress down. These chairs are down here. That's magic. Yeah, all these boxes are magic. You see this paper here? That's magic. There's a razor on there. Because what I do is it's called edging. Like I don't climax. It's a pleasure for like 24 hours, right? So yeah, you see this hoodie in here? This is a hoodie, but it has the word hood and then die, like D-I-E, die, or ho, O-D, die, ho, O-D, die. Who's the ho? Basically, the spirits that I'm working with, they're like trying to use their name as who they are, which is a ho, to cast a black magic spell on me, to make me have a stroke. It never ends with these guys. Well, it ends tonight because they gave me very little information to go on, other than we're still in danger. I gotta write the book out right away. So anyhow, now these chairs, because they're fold-up chairs, it has that terminology, old, up, and fold up. What kind of fold? Oh, all kinds of folds, like the folds in the paper here. So, there's any paper that's folded, it connects to the chair, fold-up chair, which has the word air in it. Simply having the word air in it is a way to cast a spell up above, because that's the air up above. This is the earth down below. So the bed, it represents bed head, because you get bed head, right? So that's the magic spell that they're trying to cast on me. Bed head. So by having that mattress down there, but while being up here, it connects to all the rooms. This room, these other rooms, because these are called bedrooms, right? They're bedrooms. So, so all the bedrooms here, they would be activated simply by having that bed down there, because these are bedrooms here. So the bed down there connects up here simply through the word bedhead and bedroom. There's no room down there. Per se, but here's the spell here. So I was lying around up here. I was gonna have a climax up here, but I said, no, it's too dangerous, man. I haven't done any purification. Normally I'll do a purification, like I'll do exercises, come back, then have a climax after I'm pure. Because I could die having a climax while, committing all that sin and not purifying myself with it. So, as I was lying in the dark, turning on the light, I noticed that I forgot to put these back on. They got me to take them off the wall. So these are the evil spirits, which are the chemical dopamine in our brains. The stuff that I connect to when I'm getting high, right here. So the stuff that's in there and there, the dopamine in our brains, that's the evil spirits. Not to mention the spirits that are in the computer in our brains. So it's very easy to manipulate me and get me to do certain things. Just, like take those plates off because I didn't know what kind of magic spell that was going to cast. And then they got me to put my bike way back in the bush over there and an ironing board. There's an ironing board back there. Because the ironing board was on the side over here. I thought, it's going to connect to the floors here because these are boards. So I took the ironing board way back there. And I parked it beside the bike. So those have, it's a fold up, what the hell did you call that again? Can't remember the name of it. A fold-up ironing board, and it connects to the fold-up chairs. Now the trees, it connects to my daughter and my ex. My ex was given the name Mother of the Trees, and my stepdaughter was given the name She Who Walks in the Forest. So I was, fantasizing about both of them. So if I had climax to either one, like my ex or my stepdaughter, it would have connected back to the ironing board and the bicycle that's in the bush. And their secret names, Mother of the Trees and She Who Walks in the Forest, to cast their spell. Because of the handlebars, the chain on the bike, the brakes, like to break something, like to break my brain. Using wood, because the wood, the forest out there, it connects to the forest here that's on the floor. Now, here's the tip of the iceberg. So when they say you got a couple screws loose in the head, that means that you're not all there in the head. Having this lying on the floor is their way of casting a stroke spell. Because I got a couple screws loose because it's not into the wall. So had I had that climax, those couple of screws loose, combined with the bike in the bush, the ironing board, the fold-up ironing board connects to the chairs, which connects to the razors down below, the razor's edge. What else is there? The bike, the brakes, the gears, the chain, and even the inner tubes. All of that comes into play, comes into factor. And then you got to factor in the bed that's downstairs, and bedroom, and then bed head. So it's like they're taking the bed down there, makes the entire basement a bedroom, which activates everything that's down there. Every little word on every piece of paper, it all casts magic. And I could have died tonight if I climaxed because of their stupid black magic that these spirits get me to do all the time. You should have seen how much stuff they gave me for $20. They gave me like two G's. Enough to, do me in. The last time I avoided the assassination attempt, I avoided it again. So I gotta go for a meal though. I'm gonna go off the premises and then I'm gonna go exercise to restore energy back to my body. So, what did I learn? I really didn't write anything down other than yeah, they keep trying to tell me that I got all the time in the world when I don't. I got till November, sometime in November. So I got to stop Mother from becoming pregnant. So they're trying to feed my head with all kinds of stories that she's not alive, so that I'll drag my feet. But and that's the majority of the story. The story revolves around her and all the spiritual warfare that I'm doing. Hurting the atoms in her body, draining her of electromagnetic energy, allowing her to perish from a climax. And I don't know if it's true or not, but I don't think so, but they would have me believe it is. They had me believing that Sherry was the creator again. But I already, I already crossed that bridge already. So then they're trying to get me to think that her first cousin is a backup, and then my daughter is a backup. So, what did I learn now? Oh, they were trying to get me to use this hand. Like to go downstairs and use this hand on the left. I didn't have a climax to this hand in quite some time, because when I started out the vision course, that's the hand I was using. And then it felt really good, like there's like a vibrator in it. So I used it for the better part of a year until I realized there must be something going on. Why the hell does my hand feel like a vibrator? And when I started doing this hand again, I was like, it felt awkward. It felt like it wasn't my hand. So I had to fight hard to make it feel natural and normal again. It took about, a week for the sensation to come back, for it to feel normal. So that's why I've continued to stick on this hand. But there's something that, when I commit all the grievous sins that I do, it really takes a toll on me. So I theorized that they're, these damn witches or evil spirits or the jinn, they're just getting me to be bad so they can get me out of the way. I had the theory before that, what these guys did is they got rid of their mom and dad, and then they stayed up top in that universe, and they only fell down the ladder so far as teenagers. So they're still teenagers, like the average age is 14. That's where they like having sex at. They didn't spiral down the ladder like I originally theorized into deviancy. But what they did do is they got androids. They created that supercomputer, then they created androids. An android is just it's a human with a molecular sized Neuralink created by nanotechnology or self-replicating nanobots. They just take apart a molecule, turn it back into atoms, and then turn it back into a Neuralink. And boom, you got a person with self-awareness who doesn't have a soul. So they populated the one universe with androids, is my theory, and those androids are pedophiles. Worst of the worst. You go to their cities and they're a bunch of pedophiles. So it's those pedophiles that kind of are connected to the evil spirits, the witches, like the grandmother and the mother and the daughter. In a very, I think, elaborate plan to, throw me under the bus somehow by doing this investigation and figuring all the pieces out while putting my life on the line of waging spiritual warfare, so that I can get information that I normally wouldn't have. So if that's the case, basically it's a bait and switch. What it means is the teenagers, they're waiting for dear old dad to end his life cycle and lock me away forever. And then after that, they'll probably get they'll let the pedophile robots have their universe, and then they'll have their universe, and that'll be it, right? Teenagers and pedophile robots. So I think I'll do the video with that one. It's the world's most evil invention, starring The Rock. He builds a pedophile robot. That's about what these guys did. The teenagers, they built a pedophile robot, or they built pedophile humans or androids and put them in the universe so that they could become bad, so that they could taint the spirits with their deviancy. And then I'd have to come along and figure all this information out. So when you watch The Rock one, it's real. That's what happened. So I believe they're teenagers, and I get that from The Who. Baba O'Reilly, they call it, it's only teenage wasteland. What does that mean? Well, it means there's a bunch of teenagers in a parallel universe who come down here as adults, pretending to be the Invisible Man, and he brings a wife with him and says, hey, I'm your mom and dad, man. That native guy, he's really bad. Check this tape out we got of him, man. Doing, unspeakable things. We just recorded it. Yeah, I know. I recorded that same tape, man. What are you talking about? So the tape that I'm making for you guys is the tape that I believe that they're going to use to smear my name. Because you can record everything through the phone. They can, right? Because the phone's the phone, right? But I tried my best to shut all that down, but it doesn't work all the time. So when you hear that recording of me being really dirty and nasty, remember, it's to get all this information so we can put the real bad guys away. So, having figure out all this little investigation, I think I'm at the end of my leash. I don't need to do any more of that shit, man. Finally put that part of the nonsense away. Save the day. Launch my book tomorrow or today. Get it in the Chief Council, and then wait for these dumbasses to come around here and try to pull some crap, man. So, in the event that something did happen to Mother, I'm going to also play the Elton John song. What the hell is that song called? Tiny Dancer, where he says, Blue Jean Baby, LA Lady, seamstress for the band. Okay, because this is an epiphany I had today. The Blue Jean Baby is about Mother, because she wore tight blue jeans when I first seen her a long time ago. She's like 13. So those jeans that she was wearing at 13 is connected to the Blue Jean Baby. It means that if Mother is not really Mother, we have to get her DNA tested. We'll probably have to go to LA to get her cloned and see if she is who she really is. If they haven't taken her away somewhere, in a different universe, because that's still a possibility. So we'll get her DNA, we'll get her checked out, we'll clone her and see if if that clone wakes up as a baby and starts walking around and talking, then she becomes the Blue Jean Baby. But inside, she's an LA lady, meaning she got cloned in LA, but she's a lady. Blue Jean Baby, LA lady, seamstress for the band, meaning all the nonsense that people will be talking trash about me and for doing the shit I did, should come to an end when they see a talking baby on TV. If it's real. Oh my God, there's a talking baby. Yeah, I told you that, man. It'll just, it'll put everything to rest. It'll ease the stress, or seems stress. So, that's the other song I'll play. And I think for these morons out there, you guys watching the dumbass teenagers, it's only teenage wasteland. I'm going to play that song for you. Baba O'Reilly. You must think I didn't fucking, I must have forgot about that, right guys? Come on now, look at the program. So, they plan to come here and get rid of everyone. That's what teenage wasteland means. Although there'll be adults that come here, inside they've been teenagers for 200,000 years. They just come here to get rid of mankind. So, pay attention to the song. It's only teenage wasteland. It's about Earth being a wasteland. Either through religion starting a war with me, or aliens coming here and starting a war with us. And the people behind the veil of evil are just a bunch of teenagers running around. Fucking Neverland. That's what Peter Pan is about. This dumbass who wants to be a little kid forever. So, we can't let that happen. If these clowns come around here, you need to pick up some arms against them and, blow the dumbasses out of the air. Then it'll be, it's only teenage Savage Wasteland. The shoe fits the other foot. Meaning, when we get rid of them, we'll waste those teenagers, because that's my plan. When I get my spaceships over here, I'm going to wage war and get rid of every single one of their civilizations. And there's nothing that can stop me, guys.